Peace and love, family. It's your boy Sunrisethedivine back at you again with some love and light. Today I'm here to tell you about my Vipassana experience part 2, my second Vipassana. Now, if you check on my channel a couple years back, I have a video called my Vipassana experience, and it's just basically me explaining my experience. This is my first time doing it. I recently went again about a couple weeks ago, and I'm here to give you that experience. I did a great interview with my friend Jerome Shaw. I'll post the link to that video below so you can tap in with that interview. This video won't be as long as that interview, but just wanted to get a video in for you guys on my channel. So first of all, if you're not familiar with Vipassana is a meditation retreat. It's a technique. It's a form of meditation that was brought to us by the Buddha, Gautama Buddha, and then our teacher who brought this practice to the West was named S.N. Goenka. And so basically it's a retreat where you go to, everything's free, and you basically meditate about 10 hours a day for 10 days. Now, it's very intense. It's very enlightening. It's surgery. It's very tough. It's extremely hard. But I would say it's very worth it. You know what I mean? So let's just dive right into it. So the first thing I noticed about this second Vipassana trip was it was way tougher than the first time. Like the first time when I went in 2017, a lot of the things that I was dealing with was physical pains, right? So a lot of my struggles were dealing with the physical pain. Now, the second time we dug deeper in the technique, all the old students, they were telling us we're going to go even deeper than the first time. And the second time, it was very tough mentally and emotionally. Like, so much stuff has had to come up within that 10-day period. I didn't even realize how much stuff I had internalized, how much stuff I let stick to me, how much emotional stuff I had been through that I just didn't deal with since the last Vipassana trip. And I didn't even mean for it to get to 5 years with me not going to Vipassana. My goal was to go every year, but I'm an artist, I tour, all this stuff, no excuses. I just procrastinate. And I was like, okay, next year. You gotta sign up a couple months ahead of time, so the time could slip from me fast. So this time it was extremely tough. Like, it was so funny because before we even took our noble silence, that's what I forgot to mention. If you're not familiar with Vipassana, there's no talking, no electronics, no reading, no journaling, no exercising, no none of that. It's a silent meditation retreat. You're just there to learn the Vipassana technique, and that's it. So the first thing what was funny to me was because the day before we took our noble silence and before we started, I was telling all the people who was the first time, like, stick through it, don't worry, it's gonna get tough, stick through it. And then after that first day, I was like, boy, what the hell is this? This was not what I signed up for. Even though I signed up for it, you know what I mean? And so it was just extremely tough for me. You know what I mean? Like, it was a shock. It was a shock. And I wanted to leave after the first day. I was like, yo, I got to get the hell up out of here. This is crazy. But, I was like, I'm not going to leave, obviously. We're going to stick it through. But I just didn't realize how much tougher it would be the second time. Like I said, a lot of emotions internalized, a lot of things that was heavy on my heart and heavy on my mind had came up. And so that was the first thing. Second thing is, along with it being tougher, I noticed that the lessons impacted me more. You feel me? So I noticed that I was more impacted by everything that I was learning. Even though I had already been through it once, I already knew what to expect, I noticed that the lessons were sinking deeper. And so that was really cool because it felt more impactful to my spirit, to my being, to my body, to my mind. And that was very, very, very like and powerful and enlightening to me. What else do I have about the second Vipassana retreat? I went with friends again, but like I said, it's a silent meditation retreat. You're not talking. There's no, there's none of that. There's not even body language, unless you're talking to the teachers. So I went with a group of friends, which was cool. But I just noticed that, everybody was growing through it. Everybody, it was tough. You could tell, like, you would have thought we was in the war zone. Like, we was in the trenches together. Like, boy, I tell you, the first 5 days, all I did was meditate. I ate my food super quick so I could go back and sleep. I slept a lot. Excuse me. Talking about sleeping got me a little snoozy. Slept a lot. And, yeah, it was a cool time. It felt like a hyperbolic time chamber for sure. If you're a Dragon Ball Z fan, you already know what I'm talking about. Time definitely slowed down. Time, like, whatever. The days were long, okay? This time was extremely tough. Like, and after we was able to talk, after, the 9th day, the 10th day, we was able to talk, I was talking to other people, and everybody else who went for the second or third time, they was all, specifically the second time, everybody who went the second time was like, yo, this was extremely tough, way tougher than the first time. So just a heads up, if it's your second time going, not to say expect it, because your experience will be whatever it is, but just know that that was my experience and a lot of people at my retreats experience. It could have been that maybe we just all attracted to that that 10-day course at that time because maybe we were all having to release a lot more than we expected. But everybody who was there for their second time was like, yo, this is way tougher, but it's worth it. So what else? The food was good, teachers were amazing. Everything was good. The dorming, the housing situation was amazing. So yeah, my second Vipassana experience was grade A. After I left this experience, I was like, okay, definitely I'm going to serve next time, because after you sit your first 10 days, you have the option to serve. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to serve next time for sure. And I'm not going to wait 5 more years. You know what I mean? I'm going to do it every year because this is needed. And on top of that, unlike last time, it's only been a couple weeks or a week or two. I've maintained my practice outside of the Vipassana, getting my bare minimum 1 hour at night, 1 hour in the rising meditation, and sometimes even more than that. So I definitely am going to maintain my Vipassana practice even when I'm not in the center. I don't care how long it is before I go, I'm going to meditate because it gets your mind super sharp. It gets your senses sharp, and that technique that they teach you is really beneficial in life. And I'm already seeing just my growth and maturity even right before the 10-day course. I'm seeing the growth in how I respond to things, the growth in how I am handling these life situations, and I'm feeling really good. It is winter time now. I have been really tired since then and before then, but I just figured maybe that's just with the wintertime energy. It's the time to rest, hibernation time. And so, yeah, I just really want to say second Vipassana trip, definitely needed. I needed it for sure. And it was a lot tougher. That's all I can say. There were some days where I was like, oh, this is like hell, prison, what the hell? And then there were some days where I was like, oh, this is bliss and this is heaven and I'm so glad I came. And so you just ride the waves and you remain equanimous. That's one of the main lessons. Remain equanimous throughout everything. So yeah, if you never did Vipassana before, definitely sign up, www.dhamma.org. What else do I got for you? It's definitely worth it. Sign up months ahead of time because it is free, so the courses fill up quick. This is just life expanding, and I'm so grateful for all the teachers. I'm so grateful for Goenka, everybody who was there, who made the servers, everybody who was there, who made the experience what it was. I'm so grateful for myself for going, because there was a time when I like was feeling iffy about it. I was going through some life stuff. I was feeling iffy, but my friend who I went with, one of my friends who I went with, Celeste, she really pushed me. So I'm like grateful for Celeste. Shout out to you, girl. And yeah, I almost didn't go, but I'm so grateful that I didn't allow myself to not go. You know, I'm grateful that I went and had this experience, because it was definitely needed, because I had a hard year, you know, and a great year at that. But that it was like a full body reset, full mind reset. Sheesh, second yawn, one video. Okay, all right, y'all. But yeah, I'm gonna drop the link in the bio if you ever want to sign up. Do that. I'm gonna drop the link to the longer interview with Jerome Shaw, who also went with me, about the Vipassana experience, and you'll get way more details. And I love and like y'all. We got more Something New Under the Sun podcast on the way. We got more music on the way. I've been traveling around with this Trap Cheat tour. And so, yeah, y'all. Just want to say thank you for everything. We growing, we flowing. I'm gonna see you soon. Peace and love. Drop a like, drop a share if you enjoyed this video. Peace.